Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are getting into something absolutely fundamental to a child's future. What happens when nutrition, the very building block of life, goes wrong? We're going to look at how these problems are identified and, more importantly, how they're actually solved.
So let's kick things off with just one number. 1,000. What in the world does that mean? Well, it turns out it means almost everything. That number stands for the 1,000-day window from the start of a pregnancy to a child's second birthday. I want you to think of it like this. It's the time when the entire blueprint for a person's life is being drawn up. The nutrition a child gets in these crucial days sets the stage for their brain development, their physical growth, and their health for the rest of their life. It's a window that never opens again. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with that critical 1,000-day foundation, then we're going to get into what undernutrition really is and how you can spot the different signs. From there, we'll walk through this incredible 10-step plan for recovery, and finally, we'll zoom way out to see the bigger picture. Right, so before we dive into all the problems, let's actually set the stage with what good nutrition even looks like. What's the goal we're all shooting for? This My Plate for the Day idea is a really great way to visualize a balanced diet. It's a powerful reminder that it's not just about eating enough, it's about eating the right things in the right amounts. You see, cereals are the biggest chunk, sure, but look at all the other players. You've got pulses, milk, veggies, fats. They all have a part to play. It's kind of like a symphony of nutrients. But what happens when that nutritional symphony is, completely out of tune? Well, that brings us right to the heart of our topic today. What exactly is undernutrition? And here's the absolute key takeaway. Undernutrition is not just about being hungry. It's a complex medical condition. A child could actually be eating food, but if their body can't absorb the nutrients, maybe because they're sick, or if they aren't getting the right kind of food, the result is the same. Their body and their brain are being starved of what they desperately need to grow. And this shows us the two main ways undernutrition physically shows up. On one side, you have what's called wasting, which is when a child has a low weight for their height. That's a huge red flag for acute or very recent malnutrition. Then on the other side, you have stunting, which is low height for their age. That tells a different story, one of long-term chronic nutritional problems. Now, this chart tells a fascinating story of mixed success. While there's been real progress in tackling long-term issues like stunting, you can see that bar going down. I want you to look at the bar for wasting. That's the measure of acute, life-threatening malnutrition. It has just remained stubbornly, dangerously high. This is the real front line of the battle. So when a child is severely malnourished, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. So how do doctors and nurses figure out the specific type of problem they're dealing with? Well, they look for very specific physical signs to make a diagnosis. Now, the child you see here is experiencing severe wasting. But here's the thing, this is only one face of the condition. Severe undernutrition can actually show up in two very distinct and dangerously different ways. And this comparison right here is absolutely critical. On one hand, you have marasmus. That's the classic image of severe wasting we often think of. But then you have kwashiorkor, and this one is so deceptive. It's caused by fluid retention, or edema, which can actually make a child look plump or swollen. And that can tragically mask just how sick they are, making it incredibly dangerous if it's not identified correctly. Okay, so spotting the problem is step one, but the solution? That's where the science and the compassion really come together. Let's look at the systematic plan that gives these kids a real roadmap to recovery. The whole process starts right here with this really clear flowchart from the World Health Organization. A health worker first checks the child for any major medical complications. Do they have a bad infection? Are they in shock? The answer to that simple yes or no question determines everything that happens next, either inpatient hospital care for complicated cases or managed care at home if it's uncomplicated. Now, for the kids who do need to be in the hospital, this two-phase approach is just so important. You can't just start pumping a severely malnourished child full of food. Their little body is incredibly fragile, and doing that could actually be fatal. So the number one priority is to stabilize their system. Only then can you start the process of rebuilding, the rehabilitation. And this 10-step plan shows you exactly how they do it. Phase 1, that first week, is all about saving a life. You're treating things like low blood sugar, hypothermia, dehydration, infection. It's pure emergency care. Then, once the child is stable, phase 2 kicks in. That's when you start cautiously reintroducing food, fixing vitamin deficiencies, and really focusing on catch-up growth. And check out step 9, emotional and sensory support. It's a reminder that you have to heal the whole child, not just the body. All right, we've just seen the incredibly detailed medical treatment, but now let's zoom out and ask, why does this even happen in the first place? Because it's about so much more than just food. This diagram shows us a really powerful truth. A child's nutrition doesn't exist in a vacuum. It sits right at the center of this complex web of factors: the health of their family, their community, and even their country. It all has a direct impact on the health of that one child. And what this means is that to truly solve undernutrition, you have to work on every single level. Yeah, the immediate causes are diet and sickness, but look deeper at the underlying causes. Does the family have enough food? Is there clean water? Access to a doctor? And then go even deeper to the basic causes. What's the family's income? What's the education level? Is the mother empowered to make choices for her child's health? It's all connected. And that leaves us with a final, massive question. In this complex web where everything from family income to women's empowerment is tied together, where do you even start? What's the single most powerful thing you can do to set off a positive chain reaction? Where does the path to nourishing every child truly begin? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.